The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. He said, y'all still is there in captivity because you know why? The people on this side don't want to keep the commandments.
Right.
It's because they rebelliousness. God put the black man and woman in jail. In spiritual jail. Because guess what? We used to rule everything.
Right.
When you keep the commandments, James, you rule all the nations of the earth. You over the Chinese man. You over the Arab man. You over the white man.
That's right.
That had an effect on us. Read verse 15 again. No, 68 again. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, with ships. Question, my sister, quick question for you. It said Egypt. Is that why I threw you off because it said Egypt and not America? No, go ahead. Okay. Can I show you why I said Egypt? Exodus 20 and 2.
Bring it up.
This is why it says Egypt. The Bible was wrote in similitudes, parables, and allegories.
Right.
So in order for you to understand the Bible, you have to keep the commandments.
Right.
Read. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Now remember we said on ships on Egypt, but guess what? The Israelites didn't walk into Egypt a second time.
Right.
It never happened. We left out on foot.
Right.
Watch this. Read. Out of the house of bondage. He said, but the Egypt only means house of bondage. That's what Egypt means. What's another word for it? Bondage. What's another word for it? Bondage. Think about it. If I put you in bondage, if I get some chains and shack them on your feet.
Basically chaining me up like.
Remember this guy?
Shackled up.
He in bondage. What'd that look like? What's another name for it? Curses. But what would you call it if you see a man in this position? Huh? Control. Slavery. That's what black people was in. Wasn't we not in slavery for 400 years ago?
It still feel like that way.
Because Baruch 3 and 8.
Bring it out.
Baruch. I'm glad you said
It
it.
still feel that way.
Because it is.
We work on their time, we sleep on their time, we get up on their time, we do the same thing over and over. It's a repeating cycle.
That's right.
Awesome. Read what you got. The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. He said, y'all still this day in captivity because you know why? The people on this side don't want to keep the commandments.
Right.
It's because of your rebelliousness. God put the black man and woman in jail.
Right.
In spiritual jail. Because guess what? We used to rule everything.
Right.
You ever heard of the Dark Ages? Guess why it's called the Dark Ages, y'all know? Because blacks used to rule Europe for 1,000 years.
That's right.
King James is a black man. William Shakespeare is a black man. All of these important people that you thought was white, oh no. All of these are black men.
Just like how they said Obama was the first black president that was alive. John Hanson was the first black president.
Guess what? I don't care who a black president is. Keep these commandments. That's what we're trying to do. Read what you got. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Come on. Where thou hast scattered us, because we got scattered. Put that down. We got scattered on slave ships. This is called the transatlantic slave trade. Black people was put in South America, North America, Asia. We went all over. All right? Read. For a reproach and a curse. You know what's a reproach? Anytime somebody see you, they got a name for you. The Hamitic Africans who sold us, they call us Hakatas, cotton pickers. The white man here call us niggas, right? Spear chuckers, jungle bunnies, Mondays, because nobody likes Mondays. They tell us they got all kind of names for you. The Chinese, what the Chinese call us? I can't remember the Chinese derogatory term, but every nation got a name for us, because every nation we in, we usually at the bottom. I'm not talking about a few Negroes who doing good. I'm not talking about the LeBron James. I'm talking about as a whole. You find black people where in the city? Homeless, well, bridges.
In abandoned houses, dead or drugged up.
Verse 16, Deuteronomy 28, verse 16. Everything you see is happening, but you didn't know that applied to you, because this Bible is for you. That's why you see it. Now, I'm going to just read what you said so you don't think I'm putting words in your mouth. Read what you got. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16.
Bring it out!
Cursed shalt thou be in the city. In the city you in, what do we say? Black people in the ghetto, dying. That's the Bible telling you, you the Israelites.
Right.
Read. And cursed shalt thou be in the field, cotton field, sugarcane field. We got sugarcane plantations right here. The Donaldsonville plantation, the Whitney plantation.
Bring it out!
We just read the Destran, we just talked about the Destran plantation.
Right.
Read. Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign. Wait, read that part again. And they shall be upon thee for a sign. It is this was wrote thousands of years ago for James when he hear the curses to understand it's talking about him. That's why it's a sign. What does a sign do? What that say? Abdel's gas? That's how you know you made it today. You didn't know you was an Israelite, but you understood there was things going on. That's called signs, those conditions. But look what it said. Watch what the signs were designed to do. Read. And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. How long? Forever. That's why you said we still in it. Ain't nothing changed. So now, what does James have to do to change it?
Right, bring it out!
What does James have to do to change it?
All praise.
That's right. Hey, give it up for him, man. You have to keep the commandments. Deuteronomy. Now let's see what happens when we keep the commandments. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out!
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. Read. That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. When you keep the commandments, James, you rule all the nations of the earth.
Right!
You over the Chinese man, you over the Arab man,
Right!
you over the white man.
That's right!
When you keep the commandments of God,
That's right!
he gonna flip it. Revelations 2:25.
Bring it out!
He gonna flip it. That got to be good news. That's the good news. Jesus Christ, the black man, came for you because he's going to wipe this whole thing out.
Right.
So anybody in the midst of sin, you're going to die. But those who keep the commandments of God, going to be raised up and rule all under the nations, rule all the nations for eternity.
Right!
That's the reward.
That's right.
Read. The book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. That means the word of God. This is what we have. He gave us the commandments. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. You ever heard that in church before?
Obey is better than sacrifice.
The Lord said unto thee, Thou shalt feed my people Israel. by example.